Alright, what's up, Mike and Brass? I got the tower laid down. I'm up on the deck now, shooting down through there. Antennas on the end, almost ready to go up. I wanted to do one more video. Let me come down the steps here. I promised Brass I'd show him. I had the rotor covered in the rain, so I'll take that off shortly. How I done the heliax on here. I will get this X-brace system one more time there for you. And it's all mounted on the mast pipe now. That's kind of how that goes. Alright, what I do, Brass, is I make these U-bolts and then I put fiberglass insulators. I make the U-bolt, put a tab on it, then use fiberglass, and then a coated clamp, stainless steel clamp, which heliax goes through. That's off of the mast pipe right there to hold it up off of it. Then it kind of runs along, and then here's another support. Like I say, it's just a clamp, fiberglass plate, and then another clamp holding it. It's about 8 inches long or so, I don't know. It keeps it well away from the boom. And it runs along. Here's another one. And it comes down. Another one. Now here we go to the iron powder beads, and then I make another all fiberglass brace. I actually put this one here to also it stops the beads from sliding forward, and then on the back I have that same black Dacron cord sort of tied around the heliax, and then just a layer of black tape over it, and that keeps them from sliding backwards. So that holds them in place. Then it rolls up. Now here's the hot feed. And what I do here is I'll show you inside the radio room how I do the end of the heliax, and that's silicone sealer all over it that I like silicone, but I could use coax seal or but I like the good old clear 50-year silicone better than anything to seal up the end. But the center conductor comes out, and like I say, I'll show you that later. And then a clamp underneath around the shield of the heliax, and then another. This is flat silver plated copper strap, and it's pretty thick stuff. It's not no flimsy stuff. And of course it comes up to the brass studs that go through up to the hairpin, and that's a fiberglass plate that the element's mounted on. Now when I crank the tower up a little ways, I'll slide the bottom elements in, measure them, and tighten them up. The reason I got the half elements off is so I can just get it lower to the ground without having to climb a 10-foot step ladder and do all of this heliax stuff. So you can see how it rolls out through there, and it's well spaced away from the boom. So and then up off the mast pipe, and I'll show you. Let me come around. And there's the upper side of the hairpin. I'll probably saw it when I get this thing adjusted. I'll probably pull these hairpins and saw them off about right in here. I made them a little extra long to make sure I had enough tuning. They get fairly close to that clamp, but I don't think it'll interfere. I don't know, but I'm going to saw them off after I get the slider matched and the element length right, so I don't think it'll change anything. Alright, and of course there's the X-brace system that I filmed once before, but I deleted that video. I got a little 2x6 sort of just laid up under there to help support it overnight. This thing was been down all night. Of course there's the mast plate. And let me go around here and that's kind of where a lot of the X-brace supports go. And then I actually put one, really, I done showed you this once, a long cord all the way out to about the end for another support. Alright. Alright, now brass, what I was telling you, man, I put an arm off of the mast pipe. Aluminum arm. Angle is what it is, and a clamp. And then out here on the end, it's a fiberglass plate again. And this is thick fiberglass. It's not no flimsy stuff. I found all this fiberglass stuff at a ham fest. And I bought up some of it, so thank God for ham fest. And anyway, what I do, use all stainless bolts and stuff. I put three clamps on here, and as the heliax rather, comes off of runs down through there, comes down the boom, up over the mast pipe, and it rolls. I put a nice curve in it, nothing strong. Then I hook to this arm. Now as the antenna turns, this arm will turn with the antenna. You can, because it's hooked to the mast pipe, and the arm is parallel with the antenna. So wherever the antenna pointing is where the heliax is following. And then this heliax just hangs straight to the ground. Straight down. It don't touch tower nowhere. So this heliax is not grounded anywhere but the element. Now, I think with a hot feed system or hairpin type system, a lot of people ground the heliax shield in a couple different places using a gamma or a vacuum tuner. So, but I don't think you could, I'm sure you can't do that using a hot fed element. You have to isolate this heliax. But anyway, enough about that. But the fiberglass plate there, as you can see underneath it, it insulates those clamps on clamping the heliax. And so that's just like a control arm for it. And I have never seen the like of spiders, man, get all over a beam. There's a little one right there. You have to constantly knock the webs off of you. But anyway, so that's it, brass. I want to make you one more video, man, you and Mike, so you could see what I was doing. I'm going to put the elements on today. Crank this baby up. I got to take this off. It's just covering the rotor from the rain. Alright, there you go. 41 feet, 6 elements. Chicken George design, 7 built. And this baby's gonna do some talking. But I gotta give Chicken George his props, man. That cotton picker knows a lot about a beam. 20 some hours of antenna design into this one, so y'all want to talk to Chicken George about it, you can. Don't call me. I just followed the plans. But if I had to do it over again, I'd use a 3-inch boom. But I had this 2-inch stuff and all of these elements and this whole setup. So I extended it to 41 feet. It was M107. Then I had parts from another M107. So now, like I say, when I crank it up, I'll slide the bottom elements in, measure them, and tighten the clamps down, and then crank it on up. Alright, I hope that was pretty informative, brass. And I don't know of anything else to tell you other than I hope this helped you out, man. Oh, I tell you what, I'll go around it one more time. But I think that should do it. It'll be 55 feet in the air, 41 feet long, 6 elements. Alright, man, I'll catch y'all next round. I'll make sure I give you a how I done the end of the coax brass. Alright, y'all take care, man. Have a good day. 7 Carolinas. I'm out.